Hello everybody and welcome back. Still playing as France here, and we are wrapping up this war. Hopefully, it's all up to Sweden. They're the war leader, but hopefully we're going to be wrapping up this war here as we've essentially defeated Denmark in their entirety. I mean, they don't have anything left, really. So if we can get... So hopefully Sweden, once this fort falls, maybe even before, hopefully we're just going to be able to get this war done with. What we do need to do is we need to point ourselves towards England and Ireland and Scotland here, because this has been a really, really long war. So the truces are going to be ending here. In fact, I was going to say, we don't even have a truce here at all. But the truce with Scotland... Okay, that one's going to be going on for a while. England, though, is allied with Sweden. We probably are not even allowed to declare. Yeah, we can't declare because we're actually in the same side of a war as England, so we can't just attack England directly. And we still have a truce for 2 years. But if we attack into here... Oh, no one will even join. No one will even join. Now, I'm wondering, though, if Sweden, if at the end of this war, if Sweden's going to feel devastated enough, like, economy-wise, if their economy's been hurt enough, because they were full siege to the point, right? They have pretty high war exhaustion. That's a huge modifier in them not joining a war. So I'm wondering, are we going to be able to attack England in 2 years without Sweden getting involved? Alternatively, we could just attack into this guy whenever we want. No one will join. We could just do that now regardless. What's the fort situation looking like? Yeah, their fort's here. Our troops are here. That could be just a really, really simple little war to get into. That might be kind of good. Just to kind of be done with it, you know what I mean? We have the troops that are capable of just getting this care of. Yeah, let's do it. Would have been nice to get, you know, more claims here, but the unfortunate fact of the matter is... Oh, are you serious? They slipped by us? Doing a little bit of a carpet siege as we try to hunt these guys down here. Are we going to catch them there or not? Okay, we do catch them there. So their colony is self-sustaining now, so we no longer have to work on that. Is that the first one we've done? No, we've done a few here. That's taken care of. Cool. So we are no longer paying 10 ducats for this colony because the other colony is done, so we're refocusing our efforts and we don't have to spend effort on working on that colony. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. We are going to be getting rebellion popping up here, but we're going to be ready for it. We have troops here that are just standing by waiting for it, so it should be fine. All of the enemy troops that we're fighting in this war that's too bad. Is our conquistador still moving and grooving? Yeah. Sometimes they get stuck, so it's always good to check on them. Especially those events, sometimes they kind of get them stuck. So they're taken care of there. And move around and start doing some looting and stuff. What does this look like here? 3 galleys outside of the inland seas. That's not a good battle. Technically, this is not good here. Because, It's good that there's rebels here, but it's not good that we can't now get through here because, yeah, because they control this area and the rebels control this province. The only way we can move through here is if we control these provinces. What would be great is if this war just ended with Denmark. It'd be great if this just ended. I mean, Sweden's keeping us in here. Now, we could just do our own peace. I mean, we have an 85% war score. Like, our personal war score is 64% actually. We could just grab these two provinces. What's the aggressive expansion going to look like? Some people are actually going to be upset about this. So we could try to butter these people up. East Frisia seems like the one that we're going to really be able to avoid here. England, but, you know, we don't care about England. Let's get, wow. These nations are really blobbing out this time. Yeah, let's get our diplomats actually kind of buttering up some of these people here that could potentially be angry at us for taking some of the Denmark provinces. I'm really not that concerned with East Frisia. To be honest, I'm kind of more likely... There we go. So what did we get here? 18 favors. I'm not liking the sound of that. Dang it. They didn't give us anything. They took all this land. They didn't give us anything. Sweden, thank you so much for the 18 favors that I did not want. We got 7 prestige. We did the vast amount of the work here. Sweden got a chunk, just a massive chunk ton of new land. This is so annoying. So the question is Sweden going to betray us? No, they will not. Because of the war exhaustion, but that could go away. And that will go away, presumably. Dang it. Go through these lands here. So what's going to happen is if they step onto our province, they won't be black flagged anymore. So I'm specifically trying to get them to go through these areas here. So what I'm actually doing, this actually, if someone tried this at home, they'd realize it's not going to work the same for them. I'm clicking here, just normally, and then I'm holding shift and I'm clicking here. Because if you hold shift, just like if you're playing StarCraft or something like that, you can kind of set up commands like this. Otherwise, of course, if I just click here, then it'll just say go there. But again, if I'm holding shift, I can kind of put out commands in a sequence. So I click here, now I hold shift, click here, and now they'll go this way rather than cutting through this way. Wait, what? Wait. You're kidding me. Sweden gave this to us. We didn't even have a claim on it. Come on. We didn't even have a claim on it. I would have much rather had these areas here. We didn't even have a claim on it and they gave it to us. That's so funny. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to give this to... I don't know if Gelden would take it. Let's just grab this, because what this is going to allow us to do is get claims on Norway, which could be a really good thing. Actually, so let's just thank Sweden for giving us that province. I don't know why they gave that to us. Oh, you know what? It was because we probably said that that was part of our strategic interest. Dang it. Did we not have any of this marked over here as something that we wanted? Yeah, we didn't have these red. Dang it. That's probably why Sweden didn't give any of that to us. So Sweden's getting kind of powerful. The good news is if we can attack into England, if Sweden will not join that, sure. Then we'll actually be able to have England and Sweden break their alliance, which will be nice. Our troops are getting back. We're finishing this war here. Our colonies, we're doing what we want with our colonies, although, nice, we have the Cape exposed. So here's the question now. I'm not sure if we full annex this guy or not. What would it cost us to do so? The HRE doesn't really care. I mean, we're seeing -4, -4. The only people that are going to have a larger effect than that is going to be the locals, which, again, we're not too concerned about. This is going to be a good amount of Diplo, but we can afford it. We also have the extra admin, too, to do this. Yeah, it might be easiest just to actually full annex this guy, to be honest, and just kind of like start dealing with the rebel threat now rather than later. It would have been nice to get more claims over here, but yeah, let's just get rid of them. There's no reason why we can't. We're paying, what is this, a 2% penalty on core cost? It's a 3% penalty. Okay. I don't think we need to actually pay to have that go down. I think we'd rather just... There's not really a huge amount of core cost here. So it's like we'd save like 6 or 7 admin points if we pay this down, but that's 75 Diplo. So let's just pay those. And we're definitely going to have some rebellions popping up here, without question. But we're ready for them. Get our explorers exploring. Now, is it time to invest in the technologies? Next year, January. January, we will be getting all 3 technologies done. Be a big deal. We'll be unlocking a new idea group. We haven't actually looked at what idea group that we're actually going to take here. Denmark, the cool thing is Denmark's actually dealing with some rebellion as well. Now, yeah, it's going to be a huge 15-year truce with Denmark. Sweden literally did a full 100% war score deal. We got nothing. We're going to have to wait a long time before we can go to war with Denmark, but we really do need to be, like, cutting Denmark apart fast, because Sweden's going to take a huge chunk of them in the next war. Now Sweden's the most powerful game in town. Norway can't do anything. Although the weird thing is that Norway actually doesn't have any liberty desire with Denmark. I'm surprised, considering Denmark's so much weaker now. So we have built up our transports, I think. Yeah, we'll have 20 transports here, which is nice. England in 2 years. We'll be attacking England. So let's get... let's actually get all of our troops sort of consolidated here in a logical fashion. Let's get them all to Paris and figure out how we're going to divvy this up. Yeah, this is disproportional for sure, but we'll probably just end up adding cannons to this army stack here, rather than actually trying to bother with distributing those in any which way. Innovation is decreasing. It's January, so it's saying that we need to tech up. We're getting a little bit of a technology penalty here, of course, because of the institution that we haven't fully embraced. If we want to check on that, it is spreading very nicely. Very nicely. It's spreading quickly, but technically we haven't embraced it. That being said, I don't think there's a nation in the world that has embraced it yet. So everybody's suffering from this penalty cost so far. Yeah, no one's embraced this yet. No one. It's very expensive to embrace. And the funny thing is, Castile's the only other nation that's even getting any progress towards it. So this penalty cost, everyone has to pay this penalty cost. We don't have to think too much about it. Let's just get this done. That's a nice military cost there. Less than 500 to get that tech up. Very nice. Very nice. What kind of new... We have new units. So we have new cannons and cavalry. Nice. So again, we're not looking at any of those, we're just randomly hitting them. Just randomly hitting them, doesn't matter. We have a new idea group. Wow, this is something that we could take a few minutes trying to think of. So we've already done a military and a diplomatic. We could definitely do an administrative, and I think that would be smart. And I think... Oh, what's going on here? So this is saying we can actually enact a decision. So this is going to increase missionary strength by 1% and decrease the tolerance of heretics. Heretics would be like the Protestants and the Reformed. So I think we're actually okay. I think we're okay with that. We're okay with that because it's better to be able to convert them to our religion than worry about them like being tolerant of them, I think. So let's do that. And then this, the funny thing is this policy right here increases stability cost modifier by 5%. That's insignificant. The cost of raising stability is 100 admin. This makes it 105 admin. Right? That's nothing. That's nothing. And this will actually decrease or increase the tolerance of heretics by 1. So it literally counterbalances the one we just hit. Basically, we're getting 1 missionary strength for 5% stability cost increase. Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. At all. We could boost our missionary strength even more if we hit this button, but for now I think we're good without it. So if we're looking here in the admin, we got administrative ideas, very fitting, admin, administrative. Humanist, innovation, those are kind of the 3 I'm looking at right now. The thing is, expansion actually is kind of nice because you get another colonist. But I think we're already doing real well on the colonial front. I don't know if we need to double down on it. We could, and that could be kind of fun. But there's some other things that I think we want to consider here. Humanist, I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. The nice thing, what Humanist is kind of all about is making it so when you conquer lands, less rebels, right? Decreases national unrest by 2, which is huge. Tolerance of heretics plus 3, which is basically, again, less unrest in provinces that are heretic religions. So now we're sort of at like a minus 5% unrest, and then also reduces the years of separatism by 10, which is like another 5 unrest. So it's basically minus 10 unrest in every province you conquer. Because even the heathens get plus 3 tolerance of heathens here at the end. You also get improved relations, which the good thing about this is this lowers negative malices, right? Like, so this aggressive expansion that we have here is going down at 2.5 per year, right? The higher that we get our improved relations stat, the faster that goes away. And that 30% is a huge chunk. It's a huge chunk. The funny thing is, it reminds me actually though. We could go back to this guy. Oh, did he die? Or were we paying a lot? Were we paying double price or full price for him? No, this is half price. That's half price compared to... Or maybe it's not. Maybe that's normal price. Yeah, it is, because this is level 3 for 5 ducats a month. So this is a level 3 for 10 ducats a month. Yeah. I think we'll just keep this lady for now. That's fine with me. We don't need too much Diplo at the moment. So that's really good. Benevolence is a very, very strong idea group. We could increase promoted cultures. That's kind of nice too. We could accept more cultures. There's a lot of good stuff here, and minus 10% idea cost. So this would make all future ideas 10% cheaper, which is definitely pays for itself if we get it early enough. Because there's going to be 5 more idea groups, and we'd be getting a 10% cost reduction on all of these groups. Kind of nice. The other ones to look at would be innovative, which is really good because of actually decreases technology cost by 10%. That is huge. That is huge. I mean, that pays for itself. Monthly war exhaustion minus 0.05, which is really nice because when you're at war, you're gaining war exhaustion, right? And it doesn't go down while you're at war unless you have something like this. Then it's going down at war. Leaders without upkeep. Okay, so this is some pretty good stuff too. Administrative ideas is really nice because of the second one here, adaptability. Minus core creation cost by 25%. That's a huge cost savings. Lots of things that sort of synergize with building mercenaries. The thing is, we don't really have a lot of mercenaries at the moment. We'd also get 5 more states, be able to create 5 more states, which is actually kind of becoming a strain for us at the moment. We definitely could use more states. Because, of course, states, if it's not a state, it's a territory. If it's a territory, you're only getting 75% autonomy. You can't go below 75% autonomy. You have to make it into a state. These are hard locked at 75% autonomy until we make it a state. And you have a limited number of estates. Or states, sorry, not estates. I keep mixing that up. We're already at 15 or max. So if you could make it a state, it can go down to 0% autonomy, which is way below 75%. So it makes them significantly more useful. You get more money, more goods, more manpower from those stated provinces. But having more states is really good. Administrative tech cost reduction is really good. That'll almost pay for itself. Additional advisors to pick from, that's not really a big deal. Interest per annum, not a big deal unless you're taking a bunch of loans. But this is really what you take it for, this 25% core creation cost. Also, we can look, there's policies that we can do that based on the other. In fact, I'm noticing here with aristocratic, 20% improved relations, 10% minus 10% aggressive expansion. So we finish this idea group and we have aristocratic, which we've already done, right? We've already done aristocratic. We can actually enact a policy that will give us these additional benefits for minus 10% aggressive expansion. That's really big. That's really awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. Innovative, a lot of people tell you innovative is very good because it has a lot of really strong policies too. I think administrative sounds like a good idea to me. I think administrative, we're not locked in yet. We can actually get rid of this if we want. We haven't spent any points here. You don't lose anything until you start spending points here, but you can actually undo any of these at any time. But as you see, it'll only refund 280 Diplo power. We paid thousands of Diplo power to get this all the way up, so we don't want to just like remove it. But we can remove it now because we haven't spent any Diplo power or admin power to get this, right? So we could just remove this. You only get 10% of your power back. No big deal. We clicked the wrong one, we can just cancel it, no problem. But I think we do want to go administrative for now. We might change our mind in a second. But that's looking good. Okay, so that's always like a really big decision point, right? It's always a huge decision point, trying to figure out what you're going to do there. We have rebels that are going to be spawning up here. We want to go to war with England. So let's get all of our troops over here organized in a logical fashion that we can go to war with England. We're never going to really create perfect stacks here, but I think these two stacks will be decent. A 20 stack and a 32 stack. The only thing I'm noticing actually is the 32 stack is set up for sieging, but there's too many troops here. We don't need this many troops. Let's move a big chunk of these infantry over. Like 226 stacks, but they're slightly different specializations, right? This is more for sieging. This one is going to be more for combat. We have the extra cav in there. That's right, we're also trying to butter people up, aren't we? That could potentially be upset. We've recently made them happy. Lubeck actually likes us. Huh. A lot of people actually want to like us, that's the thing. Why are we not eligible? I forgot to check and see why we're not eligible for the HRA, but no one's voting for us now anyways. Austria is just too dominant. Austria is too dominant. Okay, let's set up for this England, war against England here. To get another claim, I think it's going to require too many points. 40. Okay, we're coming up on 40, but we might just let the spy network ride because we're going to get less aggressive expansion the higher our spy network is with the nation. Building a spy network in Denmark I think is good because that'll allow us to get claims on these Norwegian provinces up here. And then also, how are we doing on claims for Scotland? We have 2 here, and then Vassal hopefully has created a couple as well, and they have the cores. So that's good. So the Vassal's doing their job. We need more light ships, that's right. We need way more light ships. We already talked about doing that. How many provinces do we have here? So we have 13 on sort of the western and northern coast of France. So I believe if we just make this for 13, so we're making a template here. I don't know if we've talked about this much, but you can make a template just to save, just to make building easier, right? So I can just go here. What's warning us that this is going to take us over the force limit? Never mind. Never mind. Let's just manually build up to our force limit, which is going to be 9 more. The cool thing about the template, though, is if you build that way, all the ships consolidate automatically when they're built. That's kind of nice. But it'll be fine. Well, we can easily select. England? What are you doing? Here's the funny thing. England, I'm not going to let you take any more of Scotland. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. %50 chance of gold and diamonds? I don't know what this is talking about. Gold and diamonds. So did we find one of the 7 cities? Or is this just some other really awesome event that just happened? Sure. Ooh, Austria's at war with the Ottomans. That's a big deal. Who attacked who? Attacker against Hungary. Ooh, that's going to be good. Brandenburg's in there too. Brandenburg, oh, that's going to be a bloody battle. But I think actually the Ottomans might lose that. I think the Ottomans might actually lose that. Oh, you know what? Repair. You guys need to repair. We just got tons of money here. Can we build some buildings, maybe? This extra money. Although we probably could build some more troops even, too. Get some more cannons. Can't have too many cannons. They really are so strong. Especially if you have the economy to support it and your enemies don't. Because cannons can fire... Like, the infantry are fighting in the front row, right? The cannons are going to be behind them firing away. And they're really good for sieging. And sieging wins wars. It makes it, you know, it just makes it more efficient to win the wars. Okay, I was worried that we were maybe building them behind the ships. Because if we built a cannon, if we built a regiment here, it would have to wait till the ship gets built and then it would build the regiment. Let's look over here. Any good places for a temple? Not so much. Now, manufacturers, we do need to start building manufacturers. You're going to see some big numbers here. But the catch is, the manufacturing costs a lot of money. Right now, I don't think we can build any manufacturers on our really good provinces. Like it says we can't build one in Paris, right? Because we need the mill to be able to build on paper. It has to do with the trade good that's here. But this manufacturer is going to make a lot more money than these ones. Once we can build a mill, which is at level 16 administrative technology. Where are we at right now? We're at 10, so it might just be a while before we start worrying about the manufacturers, I think. Might just wait on that. Let's finally get this built in London, though. We're looking at where we could build a workshop. Actually, I'm being silly. We should be looking here. It looks like 0.1 is going to be the highest. Let's build in these areas that have 3 available slots. And also we'll give 0.1. There. That's good. We still have more money, but we might want to embrace the institution at a point. Let's just kind of hold on to some of our money right now. Yeah, the clergy are still really upset. We could pay a little bit just to make them happy. This might actually net us... This might net us benefits, honestly. Because now we're making a lot more in taxation. Let's get another mission going for Explorer. Looks like we're finishing up what we can do, what we have the range to do. So we have those there. We need to pay attention to when this truce is going to end with January. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's April right now. It's going to end in January. We're coming up on that pretty fast. Aragon's going to be a little less happy with us. That's fine. Yeah, I don't care at all. Aragon's not even like, their opinion of us doesn't matter compared to... Castile's the overlord, right? We could build some more heavies too. But the lights are actually going to be making us money. It's the difference. Once those lights get repaired, we can wrap that up. So the fact that England's attacking Scotland here is actually just really, really annoying. This is farmlands. What we're going to want to do is attack right into Scotland here if they give us... If we get military access through... Ooh, that hurts. That's a stability hit. Or we're gonna lose some of our legitimacy. And legitimacy right now is giving us nothing that we can't overcome. Just basically unrest, right? It just kind of contributes to national unrest in a bunch of different ways. But I think we're okay right now. Are we making any splendor per month? Very little. What can we do to change that? Do we need to make more colonial nations? That's going to take a while. Humanist or religious ideas? I don't know if we're going to go for those. Not in this time period, at least. We gain I don't know if we're going to be able to gain a trade bonus from either silk, spices, or Chinaware, but don't we have a good amount of silk? Oh, this is cloth. Not the same thing. Cloth is not the same as... This is silk. Oh, okay, that's not going to happen. Really? Not going to happen. Wait, this might actually be kind of a dud year for us. Or an age, I mean. Because one of the things that we could likely do, unite our Unify Culture Group, would require going to war with our ally down here, and probably going to war with our other ally up here. So it's really not going to work out too well. Okay, we need to pay attention because January is when everything's going to get rolling here. And we're just crossing our fingers here that Sweden's not going to want to join this for reasons. Yep, Sweden still doesn't want to join. But it's going to be so tight. Their war exhaustion's going down. This is going to be really, really tight. We could try to make them extra happy to make them less likely to do something. I see the 3 provinces that we want from England. Or the 4 provinces that we want. We might give something to the vassal too. Have they gotten a claim on England? Not yet. Alrighty, so we are going to be declaring war on England very soon here. Let's take a pause here. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next one.